In this video, I cycled to the Mull of Kintyre lighthouse. It's one of the most beautiful places I've been to in Scotland. This is a challenging bike ride, but very rewarding because of the amazing scenery. The lighthouse is located on the southwestern tip of the Kintyre Peninsula. It's about 150 miles by road from Glasgow. And the nearest town to the lighthouse is Campbeltown. Campbeltown is around 17 miles from the lighthouse. Once you leave Campbeltown, the cycling is pretty easy. The roads are flat, and if the wind is behind you, you can really fly along here. When you reach a sign marking 6 miles to the lighthouse, it gets a lot tougher. The hill climbing is a challenge. It is exhausting, but when you look back, there's a view of a curved sandy bay that is magnificent. It was at this point that I felt this place was special and I was in for an unforgettable experience. After all that climbing, you are rewarded with this lovely downhill section. It gives a great view of this landscape that will very soon end at the sea. The road takes you through moorland. You soon forget you're near the sea because you can't see it from here, and it's a completely different landscape to what you saw earlier in the ride. There is an amazing variety in this landscape. Here there's a section of forest. Cycling this road is a constant challenge. Just when you think the road is levelled out, it's time to get into the low gears again and head uphill. This gate stops cars going any further on the road. If you've driven up here, this is as far as you can go. You have to park up and now walk the rest of the way. I tried to keep cycling, but as you can see, it's quite tricky because the road is incredibly steep, so it's quite hard to keep cycling on this road, and I had to get off a few times and push. These crash barriers are a clear sign of how dangerous this road can be. I started cycling again, but my hands were constantly on the brakes as the road was just so steep and twisty. I just couldn't let go of the brakes. Finally, there was a nice downhill section where it was safe enough to let go of the brakes. It didn't last long and I was soon back at the crash barriers with the steep roads, but the view is amazing from here, looking down onto the expanse of sea and the lighthouse at the bottom of the curving road. At this point, I decided to give up with the cycling. I parked my bike by the side of the road and walked the rest of the way. The road was just too steep to keep cycling, and I also realised that when it was time to go back, I would have to push my bike all the way up the hill, so far better to leave it here and continue on foot. The lighthouse buildings are gleaming white. You can't go inside, but you can walk around them. The lighthouse itself is short, not the high tower you'd imagine. There's only 15 steps inside, but it doesn't need to be taller as it's already 91 metres above the sea, That's because it's a big drop from the land's edge to the sea. When the lighthouse first opened in 1788, it was a challenge to get supplies here. They were landed by boat about 6 miles away and then carried by horse, and it took the best part of a day to transport the supplies. The lighthouse keeper was given an extra payment to look after the horse. You can walk down to the lighthouse's foghorn. It's perched right on the edge, overlooking the expanse of sea. It was built in 1876, and the horn sound was created by steam, and there was a 4-minute gap between each horn blast. You can go inside to see the rusted remains of the machinery and look out of the broken windows for the incredible views of the coastline. The best part about heading back is it's mostly downhill all the way. Thanks so much for joining me on this video, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what it was like to cycle to the amazing Mull of Kintyre lighthouse.